It doesn't, I don't know. Alright, so right now I'm in the mall parking lot. There's a freestanding Mac store here, and I thought it would be fun to do one of those videos where you have the employee do your makeup and like show the whole process. So I have permission to film in there. I can't show the makeup artist's face or anything, but I can show her voice and her hands and everything doing my makeup. So I'm very curious because I literally cannot remember the last time I got my makeup done. It might have been like 10 years ago, seriously. So I'm really excited to have a MAC employee do my makeup and just like see what they do with it. I have on a really shitty powder foundation right now because I had a meeting this morning and I just wanted to throw like something on, but I'm looking pretty rough. So I just went to CVS to pick up makeup wipes. So I think I'm just gonna wipe all this off right now. But I'm gonna link the video down below where I got this idea from. I think it would be super fun to do this with other stores. So let me know down below if you guys would want to see that, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. If you're new here, I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. But I'm gonna wipe off my face makeup and then let's get going.
Ideas of what kind of makeup you want?
I want you to do like whatever you think.
Whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your comfortability threshold on like color, darkness?
I'm literally good with anything.
Really?
Like go all out, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. What kind of skin type do you have? Like on
More dry.
More dry?
Yeah, I don't have any, I just used a makeup wipe, so I don't have any like moisturizer.
Ooh, okay, perfect. Okay, so we'll not need makeup done from my starting point.
I used to work at MAC.
Yes? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Years ago, like in college.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like got scared. I was like, kind of familiar.
Oh, really?
I never have people do my makeup.
I know. I'm excited because I'm like excited to see how someone else does it, you know?
Yeah.
So she started off by moisturizing my face using her finger with the MAC Mineralized Time Check lotion. This one's just really thin, feels kind of like a gel. It's nice for under makeup. So she's just applying that all over. I didn't have any products on my skin because you guys saw I just used the makeup wipe in the car. So she actually, I think she forgot eye primer. I was kind of waiting for it because I thought she was going to use the MAC Paint Pot and I was going to tell her how much I love the MAC Paint Pot, but she didn't use any kind of eye primer. I didn't feel it go on, I didn't see it go on, but maybe she just forgot. So she started off with some basic kind of brown. I think she used, I'll pop in the color right here. I'm gonna pop in all the colors down below and on the screen if I have a clip of them. But she's basically doing this warm burgundy kind of smoky eye thing, which looks really pretty right here. So I love actually how this looks right here. Like she's doing a good job applying it and blending and everything. She's kind of just layering and she's building it up and blending. And I did want to let you guys know that cost for this appointment was $60, so they have upped the charge since I worked at MAC, but it was $60 and then you get free mascara included. And I was in here for about an hour and a half, so it actually was a while, and she took a long time on the eyes. Since filming this video, I did replace this camera because clearly we had some issues focusing in today's video, which I apologize about. It was hard to tell when I was in focus and when I wasn't since my eyes were closed. So this was a cool idea. She was putting like a burgundy colored liquid liner actually on my eyes instead of doing a black, which I feel like I need to do more of. I usually stick with either black or brown, usually just a black liner. So she was applying it with a brush, and then she goes in with a brush, like an eyeshadow brush, to kind of smudge that out a little bit. It's basically like the same color as the eyeshadow, so it didn't stand out too much. Then she used a darker brown eyeshadow to build up that outer V a little bit. She kind of was just keeping it more as like a brown smudgy eyeliner kind of look. So she just plopped that right on top of the liquid liner that she put down. So of course, right at the dramatic part is when my camera shut off. It stops automatically after you've been filming for a certain amount of time. But what she told me happened was that she put down a liner, she was trying to do a wing, and it transferred up to the top. So then she kind of just went all out and was doing kind of like a graphic liner. So she did tell me that as she was doing my makeup. And I could kind of feel on my eyes that it was in a different area that I normally apply any kind of eye product. So I was kind of excited to see what it looked like since I don't usually put makeup there, like that far high or out. So this part was pretty repetitive, so I kind of cut it down, but she basically kept going back in with different products and then layering and then blending. So then she started putting down concealer underneath my eyes. I could tell based on the concealer sitting on the table that it was a way too dark shade. She used NC30 at first. That was me asking her what shade. For reference, for concealer, I'm usually like an NW10, and then for my face, I'm usually like an NW15 or 13. I haven't really been matched in a long time, so I wasn't sure. But here's her working on my eyeshadow again. It seems like you can tell she's going back and forth a lot, so I think she was just trying to get it to a place that she likes, which we've all been there, when you kind of just keep going and going and you're like are hoping that it's going to get better and to a point that you like. So I totally feel for her on that. Then she applied a shimmery bronzy kind of shade to the lid, which I thought looked really pretty. Gave it a little bit of dimension and gave it some pop there on the lid. So then she went in for my lower lash line, and it seemed like she blended one of the reddish burgundy shades down on the bottom. I think that was the only shade she used down there, and she didn't put any kind of eyeliner on my waterline. Just kidding, I think she's adding the darker brown shade here, which I think was a good move just to kind of deepen it up. So then she's going in with mascara. If you are a makeup artist, you can't dip the same mascara wand into the bottle, so they just have these disposable ones, which is what she was using. So she's just applying some mascara. She didn't ask if I wanted false lashes, which I was a little bit surprised about. Probably would have bought them, honestly, if she asked, because I would have just said do whatever you want to do. If you do want them to put on false lashes, you just buy them in store and then they can apply them. So now she's shade matching my foundation. I'm not sure which 3 shades she used, but I think she said she used NW10, NW13, and then I'm not sure what the third one was, but we're just chatting it up here as she's shade matching me, and then she goes in with a wipe to remove those swatches. She didn't reapply any of the skincare, she just went straight in with the foundation, which I totally get when you're on like a time crunch. Sometimes you can't wait for like the moisturizer to sink back in, but she just went in with a stippling brush to blend out the foundation. Not my personal favorite, it just doesn't look great on my skin. It kind of leaves the foundation looking streaky and not fully blended with a stippling brush. But again, when you work at a store, you're limited to what they have, and MAC doesn't have like a kabuki foundation kind of brush that I'm aware of. So, gotta work with what you got. So she's just blending it all over the face, blending, and she built a lot. She did use Studio Fix, which has pretty good coverage, but I think she was just kind of working in lighter layers and then building it up. I got 2 layers on camera. I think she may have even gotten for a third in certain spots. She worked on the foundation for a while. Then she set my face using MAC Fix Plus, which is one of my favorite sprays. Gives a nice dewy finish, especially when you're using something like Studio Fix. It can just bring some life back into the skin. She did that a few times, so I think she liked to do kind of layers and then setting spray, which I like too. That does help a lot. So then she went in with, I think this was a cream. Don't think she went in with blush yet. I think she was just kind of working with the bronzer for a while. And then here she's applying the blush. This was a really pretty shade. I'll pop it in right here. I would totally purchase that shade. To powder my under eyes, she's using a big fluffy brush, and I think she's using Studio Fix powder. She didn't bring it right underneath my eyes. She kind of kept it more around my nose area and like on my cheeks, so she didn't actually set my concealer right underneath my eyes. Then she set my T-zone and a little bit on my chin. For highlight, I think she said she went in with MAC Lightscapade, obviously MAC. One of my favorite highlighters, super pretty. I think the highlight looks great, and I like that she used a bigger brush. For my brows, it looks like she went really light. She kind of just filled them in slightly. She kind of just covered up whatever foundation covered them a little bit, but she didn't do a whole lot with brows. She just used a light brow pencil. And then she's going in for lipstick. It looks like she first used a light pink shade. I do like the other peachy color that it looks like she is layering on. So I think she used 2 different ones. I can't really tell. She might have just used this one and it's just building up the color, but it looks like a nice peachy pink kind of shade. Having someone else do your lipstick is so awkward. I feel like I haven't experienced that in so long. I forgot how awkward it is. So then for the last final touches, she's going back in with the eyes. I think she's just trying to kind of blend everything a little bit more. Maybe deciding what to do. I think she added a little bit of something into the inner corner, and then it looks like she's touching up more of the dark brown shade. That's kind of that graphic line happening right there. So just kind of just adding some more blending, touching it up. So this whole time I wasn't really looking in any kind of mirror. I was holding up my camera so I could like slightly see what was happening, but I couldn't really see details or anything. I hadn't full on looked yet, so I wanted her to bring over the mirror when she was done.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so I just got back in the car of my good camera just died, so we're on the phone right now. But here is what the makeup looks like. So I haven't actually seen it in like this lighting yet. So she definitely went for like a grungy kind of look, which I think she said that she wasn't really intending to do that, but something happened with the liner. I haven't seen the footage and my eyes were closed, so I'm not sure what happened, but I think it like transferred up. So she ended up going with more of like a graphic eye, she said. It wasn't really what I was picturing. I usually don't really do this like grungy of makeup. I kind of like it a little bit cleaner, but it's cool to try something new. It's like a couple areas are almost like missing foundation down here. Let me show you in natural lighting. There's like tons of cars driving by and things. Let me get outside. I do think the colors that she chose really made my eyes pop. Like I like this lip color, and my eyes definitely look more blue than usual right now, so I like the red tones, and she mentioned that's why she used those. Just want to show you a close-up of the eyes here. So it looks like over here she added some kind of like peach line right here, I think, for like a graphic liner kind of look. So I was just getting ready to leave, and I don't know if the lighting just changed or what, but I feel like it's showing up way better right here, and I can even see it better. And I took some photos. It doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't look great. And I feel kind of bad saying that, but it looks pretty bad. Don't murder me in the comments, but I'm just being honest. Her makeup looked really nice, so when she said like she wanted to go all out, I was like, yeah, let's do it. She had like a really pretty red smoky eye, so I think things just didn't go as planned. Maybe she was nervous with like the video going too, so I totally get it. It's hard to do makeup when you're under pressure. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. I really like the colors she chose, and I really like the blush that she used too. I got the shade of it, so I think I'm actually going to pick that up because it was really pretty. It's like a nice peachy tone, but it has a pretty undertone to it. She used Soft and Gentle as my face highlight, and I'll have all the products she used listed down below. I got like a clip at the end. Everyone kind of has a personal opinion of how they like their makeup, so any critiques that I have are just based on like what I personally like. It's not that she did anything wrong or anything like that. It's just like what I personally like with makeup. So I think I personally would have done things a little bit different on the eyes, but it's always fun to see how people do makeup, and maybe you find something that you didn't think you would like. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it interesting. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. Do let me know if you want to see more of these videos and what stories you would want to see. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.